Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala.
And I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott. We begin this hour with really breaking news, the sentencing of rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs. We now know the judge has just sentenced him to over 4 years, or just over 4 years, for his conviction on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
The prosecution was pushing for 11 years and 3 months in prison. Court TV legal correspondent Kelly Craft was inside that courtroom for the sentencing hearing, and she joins us now. Kelly, great to see you. Take us back to that point when the judge was delivering his sentence. How did it go?
Well, hi there, Michael and Judge Ashley. The day has been emotional and intense as we awaited to hear the punishment for Sean Diddy Combs. Just moments ago, the judge handed down that punishment, saying that Sean Diddy Combs should serve 4 years and 2 months behind bars for the convictions of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, prior to the judge hand to him directly, saying, no matter what anyone says, Your Honor, I am sorry for what I did. He also apologized to Cassie Ventura as well as Jane, saying that he is sorry for everything that he did to them, saying that he is sorry for getting them involved in his mess. But emotional and intense as his children also spoke, Judge Ashley and Michael. They addressed the court on Sean Diddy Combs' behalf, having a very hard time with their remarks, breaking down at times. As they spoke, Sean Combs put his head into his hands, then placed his head down on his knees because he was having a hard time composing himself as his one daughter in particular spoke. So that was quite emotional during the court proceedings today. This hearing lasted an entire day with us hearing from several of Sean Diddy Combs' attorneys. We put up now some of the information that Sean Combs shared with the judge. This was prior to him actually giving his statement in allocution. He put forth a memo in which he talked about what he was going to say today. He expounded on that quite a bit and was quite emotional as he delivered his remarks to the jury. At one point, he turned around, spoke directly to his children, telling them that I failed you. He was very emotional when he said that to them, then also addressed his mother. At this point, there was really not a dry eye, at least from many of the supporters and family members of Sean Diddy Combs, because he said to his mother, I am sorry. And we even heard his mother reply back, I'm sorry. So that was pretty intense inside the courtroom, to say the least. Everyone was wondering what this sentence would be. The prosecutor put forth an idea, the sentencing recommendation of 11 years and 3 months. The judge addressed that, saying that would be too much, that he is not supposed to impose a sentence that is more than necessary to serve the purpose of sentencing. So he said that was going to be too much. On the other side of that, defense counsel put forth a sentencing recommendation of only 14 months. The judge also addressed that, saying that also was not enough because defense counsel did not take into account any of the aggravating factors in this case. When the judge was imposing the sentence, he took one of the text messages as well as something else that Sean Diddy Combs said to Jane, and he read that aloud. This was from the trial transcript. It contains a lot of vulgar language, so to hear the judge recite that kind of language in court as he was imposing the sentence, it was pretty startling, and the language that was used, but he was just repeating exactly what Sean Combs said per the transcript that he said to Jane, and it said, Sean Combs said to Jane, does this feel like coercion? That word coercion is extremely important because the judge used that today, saying coercion does apply. Defense counsel had objected to the use of the word coercion, the idea that that would be used to enhance the sentence. The judge disagreed with that, saying he will be using coercion because that's what Sean Combs did with his victim. So very interesting developments here outside the courthouse here, federal court in Lower Manhattan, as we learned how many years Sean Combs will spend behind bars. So keep in mind, he was arrested last September. And so he has already served a year and about a month behind bars. So this sentence, 4 years and 2 months. So in total time, if we consider time served, he will only be looking at a sentence of about 3 years now behind bars. The total sentence, though, is 4 years and 2 months. But because of time served, we're looking at about 3 years.
Oh, Kelly, I have some questions.
Wow, man. There we have it right there, guys. Man, Diddy getting 4 years in prison for the Mann Act, trafficking male prostitutes across state lines. Listen, this case has been wild, man, over the world. Everybody's seen it. You know what I'm saying? Reading on the blog and stuff like that, the news and stuff, and really coming to the realization of this guy only getting 4 years. And people have to really understand that the Mann Act, and I know the prosecutors want him to get 11 years, but that Mann Act, what he was found guilty of, that sentence of 11 years would have been too much. You know what I'm saying? So this 4 years is kind of in that guidelines of that Mann Act charge. You know what I'm saying? So he really couldn't give him 11 years, and he really couldn't give him a year or maybe 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, I really thought he was going to give Diddy at least 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to give him 5 years, but 4 years is basically right there, basically what I was thinking. You know, so his kids also spoke doing, you know what I'm saying, today also, and Diddy also spoke himself. And we already know in my video I already made previous that Diddy sent a whole 3-page letter to the judge already yesterday. So the judge already got to understand what Diddy thoughts at. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I know this is really shocking to a lot of people, you know, especially the victims of the situation of dealing with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I have to understand, people have to understand that Diddy is a terrible, terrible person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that he did to the women, Cassie and Jane Doe, you know what I'm saying? The women that he was dating and really forcing them to really have sex with a lot of men, you know what I'm saying? A lot of freak offs all night long with baby oil and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Going to different states and vacation and stuff like that. And also flying the guys in to have sex with his girlfriend. But we also got to understand that even though it's weird to us, so a lot of people might don't do that. That was what he was into. You know what I'm saying? That was the freaky stuff that Diddy was into. Watching other men sleep with his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You're watching another man lay up with your girlfriend, a girl that you love and spend all your time with. You want to see another man do that to your woman? It's crazy. But that's what some people do in society. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at them. That's what they like. It is what it is. You know? But this right here, man, it is wild. You know what I mean? You know, the video that we seen of Diddy beating the Cassie up, man, that was sad, man. That was terrible. Really seeing that video of Diddy beating Cassie up and dragging her across the floor and stuff like that at that hotel. But also, you know, the judge really couldn't put his feelings into really sentencing Diddy to a lot of time, because it's like he wasn't charged with, you know, giving them the drugs and beating, casting them and stuff like that. He really couldn't sentence him to 11 or 20 years or something like that, because it would have been wrong. You know what I'm saying? That judge really would have had to answer to some people like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So the 4 years is basically reasonable, I'm thinking, within that guideline of the Mann Act that he was found guilty of. You know what I'm saying? But we already know, man, Diddy is a good businessman. You know what I'm saying? We can say he's a good businessman, entrepreneur and stuff like that, and really put a lot of people in position to make money and do business, because we had a lot of assistants that worked for him, that testified and be like, listen, yeah, I seen some things, man, but Diddy was a good boss to really work for, because working with Diddy really opened doors for me and other people. You know what I'm saying? So he did put some money in a lot of people's pockets, and some people really look at him as an inspiration of a great businessman, a great entrepreneur. You know, really find out how Diddy treated women and stuff like that, man, is very sad. A lot of people that look up to him, you know, but listen, that's all we got, man. Diddy, he's doing 4 years. You know, he's not doing 10 years, 15 years, and a lot of people really thought that he should be doing. You know, he's doing 4 years. He already did a year. So with good behavior and program, stuff like that, Diddy probably can be home in maybe a year and a half, maybe tops. A year and a half, maybe tops, man. I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing he could be home in a year and a half tops, man. You know, and also I think that if the judge would have given him 11 years, I think a lot of people thought like Donald Trump would pardon Diddy. I don't know, man. Listen, he pardoned the people that the January 6th incident. You know what I'm saying? So he probably would have pardoned Diddy. Who knows, man? That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Listen, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all think Diddy should have got more time, or this is the right time, or do y'all think Diddy should have really went home today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, man.